Hello and welcome back to game 2 between G Pride versus Dreamers Esports, and what a game 1 we had back and forth here. Astini, what do we want to see different in draft number 2?
I want to see G Pride go for the win condition.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the enemy team, then they should win. Because the games, they turn to be a mess. And if it's a mess and you scale better, you win. So that's what they should change.
Absolutely. So let's head straight into the draft here as we are in the first phase of the banning. We see the Medusa this time being banned out by Dreamers in the first phase. What do you make of that?
That they think Medusa is so strong that they don't want to let the enemy team pick on the 8th pick. But like, G Pride, they've played like once on the last 20 matches, the Medusa, and they lost. So I guess they're like, do we want to play Dusa? No, we just lost with Dusa. I know it's our comfort. We did well with Faceless Void. Okay, then we ban Dusa. So we don't make the mistake of picking the hero.
And G Pride this time, they're gonna ban out the Shadow Demon. Now G Pride, they have first pick, so they could have gone for the Shadow Demon themselves, but they're deciding to ban that out. They might be looking for the Tiny themselves for G Pride.
Tiny DP is so great without Shadow Demon in the game. But it's a hero that went totally uncontested last match. But maybe like G Pride, they wanted the hero, but since the enemy has SD, they didn't go for the hero. Could be one approach here.
Yeah.
Or basically it's just like, okay, we feel like we should have won the game, but this hero is just so annoying that as long as he's not on the other side, we are fine.
You also Void Spirit ban. You also mentioned the Beastmaster during the first draft. That one is being completely uncontested right now. No Eng ban, no Beastmaster ban, and as we mentioned, the DP gonna be coming out here first pick for G Pride. What makes this hero so good right now?
Everything. The hero's a good 5, the hero's a good 3, the hero's a good 2. The hero has so much physical damage, especially with the damage type he worked, does so much damage into buildings, into Roche. And wow, Dreamers, they go with the IO Tiny. Such a strong combo, but already it feels nice to be a DP here. You have the Siphon, you're gonna have HP percentage healing, and those are really great. Max HP as damage. And it's so great against 2 strength heroes, especially Tiny, that has so much HP. So the hero is just so great. It's great against the meta heroes. Like, have DP, and then the heroes that were picked on Dreamer's side are 2 heroes that are countered by DP. The Silence is also great against the IO. So yeah, feels good to be G Pride here.
Very much so. It's now the 8th pick, very often like a critical part of your draft. What you're gonna get for the 8th pick and what you're gonna ban out in the next 3 bans here. Are there any particular heroes that stand out to you against the Tiny, like the TA maybe?
K looks great. The Life Stealer looks great, but it's too early for the hero. Kanka makes sense. It's a hero that can be played as mid and as position 3, so still have the flags for DP. It's a hero that the Tiny cannot burst, and we are definitely looking for a mid Tiny. So like, Tiny doesn't want to be that right clicker when it's a mid Tiny. He just wants like enters the team fight, burst the target, get out, go back. Even though it's with IO, then you expect more right clicking, but still, like, Kanka doesn't get bursted. And you have the run buff, which helps the teammates not getting bursted. So pretty great choice here by G Pride.
Okay. As now also, you mentioned that this Tiny is most likely going to be looking at the mid Tiny, and it's potentially going up against the Kunkka. Are you looking for more IO partners here? Like, another IO partner is going to be the Gyrocopter or the Leshrac. Could any of those potentially make it its appearance on the side of Dreamers, or do you feel like they are a little bit too squishy?
I don't think Lash. But because I really think the Tiny is mid laner, and I think the IO is 4. So then they could be looking for a Slardar, they could be looking for a Legion Commander, they could be looking at maybe a Night Stalker, which is not super good against Kunkka, but like those are good IO partners when you have it as position 4. This would make sense. But yeah, if they do as position 5, then they definitely have the Gyro, they have the Luna. Those are more likely than having a Lash. Because Lash is already on a bad matchup against Kunkka on the mid lane, and you don't want that.
Yeah. And they're actually going to ban out the Slardar here on the side of G Pride, so they're also a little bit worried about that matchup coming out, as well as like Slardar feels really good against Kunkka. Like you can just like chain lock him down with the bashes, and the minus armor really hurts against the Kunkka.
Yeah, it's amazing IO partner, and it's a hero that, like I mentioned, the hero needs to win the lane. I guess I mentioned that on the past draft, and IO kind of guarantees that for him. So it's pretty decent combo with the IO. Also provides a lot of vision on team fight, and that helps a lot the Tiny to play the team fight. Why they go for an Ogre? It's the most expected here, to be honest, because it's a hero to buff the Tiny. So you have like already 2 heroes buffing that Tiny. It would make a lot of sense to play as Tiny carry when you have like such good heroes for buffing the hero, but it's just their comfort zone. So that's how IO is 4, Tiny is mid, and Ogre is position 5. And it's like it's a melee 5, so it's basically a hero that guarantees the lane for your safe laner. It's what I mentioned they would do on the first draft. That's why like banning like Undying, banning Abaddon doesn't make so much sense, because then they still can go for the Ogre. And this time, G Pride, they go for the Undying. Tombstone is super great against the Tiny because it's a strength hero and the hero has no attack speed. But when you have IO and Bloodlust on your side, I hate the Undying pick, like on the other side.
Yeah.
No matter the hero that's picked here, it's gonna have massive attack speed against the Tombstone together with the IO. Like they could go like Lina mid and have the Tiny carry, but I guess they won't. But they can go something like Gyrocopter, Luna, Draw Ranger, Ursa. Any of those heroes are gonna melt the Tombstone.
Yeah, I'm G Pride right now. Like they pick the Undying, they pick the Earth Spirit. I feel like this is going to be like very much mid game centric from G Pride, like just with the DP most likely offlane in Kunkka mid, from what we see now. Like just looking to hit a very strong 5-man timing. And Dreamers, yeah, as you mentioned, they go for the Gyrocopter. So good against the Tombstone. You put the Flag Cannon on and you hit that Tombstone and you still hit everybody else. How nice is that?
Yeah, the perfect pick here. I just reminded something that Kunkka can be a carry, especially when we are thinking about Gorilla's Pride. They love this Kunkka carry. I know there's one guy, he speaks Spanish, but he's cast in English. It's Chompix. And he always says like, oh, they have the Kunkka, please don't make it carry. I don't like to see you losing, because he says like every time they go for the Kunkka carry, they lose.
I saw that clip.
Yeah, and they still insist on it. So like,
let's hope for Chompix it's not going to be a position 1 Kunkka.
Yeah.
We'll see here.
A shout out to him. Hope he's also casting this hype match. But yeah, I'm also hoping it's not a position 1 Kunkka. As they do ban the Beastmaster, which usually shows you don't want a position 1 Kunkka. Beastmaster counters really well Ursa, Faceless Void. What else? Or it's just like a comfort pick from Dreamers that they want to take out. It gives vision to the Gyro, but not so much synergy with the IO. They could go for the Faceless Void themselves this game.
I was just thinking that like Faceless Void could be looking really good. It also like ensures, like as you mentioned at the end of the previous game, like what's gonna be like the stronger matchup. And I feel like Faceless Void, what is really the matchup that he loses? Like there are barely any. Like, you get a good chronosphere, you're farmed, you're killing heroes. It's just that. As G Pride now, 25 seconds left of reserve time. Make your bet. What's it gonna be? Monkey King! I would not have expected Monkey King.
Yeah, I I don't like the hero much.
Mm-hmm.
Unless like it's mid lane against the Tiny. Then I don't like having Kunkka carry, but then at least a mid monkey.
Yeah.
Because monkey carry against Tiny, you're just gonna get tossed out of your own ring.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much AoE damage into your ring. There's like reload out there.
I mean, could it also
Yeah.
just be like a little bit the flex potential? Like, you could have Conquer one, you could have Monkey King one, and you don't, like, you're not quite sure what you're going up against. So you want
There's
to
a
keep
hero
that flexibility.
That's good against all of them, which is Bat Rider. Yeah.
Oh, this is a.
Yeah, because like Bat Rider, it's amazing against Monkey, it's amazing against Kunkka, and it's amazing against DP, and it's amazing against Undying. Like, I was really wondering if they could do that. It's a free Bat Rider game.
It's a really, really good Bad Rider game. And it is going to be mid Conquer. Chompix is safe. And the position 1 Monkey King. Do you know if Chompix likes the position 1 Monkey King more?
He should be fine with it. Like, it's better than the Kunkka. And it's good that they have a DP now, which makes like the Kunkka a bit better, because Kunkka lacks a lot of siege damage and Roche damage, and DP offers that. But seriously, like, if Miggy, he plays so well on the Bat as he does on the Tiny, it's just like a free win for the Bat Rider. Honestly, I feel bad because he just picked when I was going to say the name, so it feels like I'm saying, oh, there's Amazing Hero, the one they just picked. But honestly, like, I was in my mind, like, can they do that? And if they can, it's so good for the Bat.
Now, what are like the strengths here of the G Pride lineup? Like, what do they have going for them? Like, we see for Dreamers, it's a very good Bat Rider game. But what does G Pride have on their end?
They have an Art Spirit, which is a hero that if the Bat Rider goes to cocky, if he dives on the mid lane and you get a good like TP answer, you can just like change how the matchup goes. So it's a lot on the hands of this Earth Spirit to have like to be present on the 3 lanes in the early game. Actually, like on the IO lane, I don't think he can get a kill, so avoid the IO lane and get a kill on the others. And they do have great Roche potential with the Exorcism and Tombstone, so they need always to get good team fights with Tombstone and Exo, and it would be super great if one of those is Roche before the 15-minute mark, so they will have Aegis, and then the Bat Rider BOT, BKB timings kind of countered by that, because you don't want to lasso a hero that has Aegis, and you can frontline really well as a Kunkka with Aegis, or even a Monkey King with Aegis.
As Monkey King, he is making his way into the enemy base. Waiting out here right now. Is he gonna get pinged out here? I don't think they saw him. I have not seen any pings yet, so looks like he's gonna get at least 1 free courier. No, they just now saw it. Bat Rider, Miggy! Gotta be faster than that. Gotta be faster than that.
He's going back.
He's still waiting, seeing if they can find any more. Okay, since that was all. Although now,
The thing is, like, he's gonna stay there and go with TP, and if they manage to kill him when he doesn't have TP, his game can turn out so bad.
That is certainly something to keep in mind here. So Draken, I mean, it is going to be a Tiny plus IO lane at level 1. Do they have that kill potential onto the MK?
Not really, they shouldn't. Like, I guess they will be mostly looking to deny his creeps. But they shouldn't. till Tiny gets 4, so has the Ava toss, because he's gonna be maxing up 3 grab for sure. So you need level 4 to have at least a sort of a combo.
Yeah. Now, gonna have a little pause here. South American Dota. No, it happens. And it is going to be this Bat Rider, as you mentioned. It's such a good Bat Rider game. The mid lane is going to be Bat Rider versus Kunkka. I mean, Kunkka is still going to get his farm, right? Or is this a lane where there might be even kill potential if even if Tao doesn't misplay?
There is skill potential, for sure. When Migi reaches level 4, he's gonna have 1 point on Firefly. He can even, like, get a kill without Flame Break, but I'd say level 4 it's a good kill potential. The thing is, he doesn't have his... it won't make a change, any change, because he doesn't have the cool here. He's gonna have it very soon. But at Tao, he needs to play very safe. He needs to have the stick, which he... Okay, he just got it. Now everything makes sense.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that. He doesn't have stick. Okay, but we're all good down. We're all good. We're all good. Now, Milan, let's take a quick look at this top lane. It's going to be Ogre, Gyrocopter versus this DP Earth Spirit. I mean, Ogre just looking to get the Ignite on everybody and just hitting them. And trying to ensure a good lane for his Gyrocopter.
Yeah, but DP is so strong in lane.
Yeah.
Like, they might struggle on the first minute. Like, Genak, he needs to skip 1 wave, maybe, to get an early level 2. But...
I feel like Dreamers are doing this very good job of trying to abuse that. Lewis is not very strong, yet doesn't have the Spirit Siphon, so not nearly as tanky as DP normally is, but at the same time, Tiburonson taking so much damage back, so not quite sure how much this is working out for the Dire. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, looking really good right now for the Monkey King. And you actually go level 1 Avalanche on Draken.
Okay, I cannot explain that, honestly. I don't think it's like, oh... Nothing explain that.
Maybe we're not gonna try. We'll see how it's gonna work out. We'll see. Maybe it's the big brain play.
It has us now. What? I really think like they put off that Bat Rider last pick was definitely like unplanned. It was a tiny mid 100% sure. And then Migi is like, can someone play this tiny so I get a free Bat Rider game? And then like Drakel, he was probably like, oh yeah, just give it to me, it's tiny. Anyone can play that. But he went for a combo and he lacked mana now. It's weird.
Yeah. Tiny, certainly a hero that you need a little bit of like just getting the muscle memory going and all of that. And so right now, looking very nice for both safe laners here as we get a stun onto Draken. And up top now, Lewis, he has the Spirit Siphon, so suddenly the Ogre Magi not nearly as potent anymore.
But they're doing surprisingly well on the bot lane for G-Pride. It looks very scary for Dreamers. Oh, mid lane?
Oh, in mid
level
lane.
4 on Battle Rider?
This is the level 4 that you're talking about. Tao getting very low. Migi doesn't quite... Oh, he's still looking. The Firefly is still going a little while. He goes for the Glyph, but Tao did wisely back off. There's the TP from Genek, so Migi did respect that TP potential is there. And there's gonna be a torrent into the roll. And with level 2 there from the Earth Spirit, still not going to be enough. And even Jimmy Cobb coming in here. Drops a little tango up. Gonna hit onto the Kunkka.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna block the small camp. That's just mean.
But that TP was not good at all. Like, Migi, he would have survived 100%. If it's a TP for rebuttal, it would have been amazing, but now Bat Rider, no resources, and Ogre kind of lost on what to do. He might control the 4-minute rune, but he might die to that. Oh.
Genek gets the water rune. But I mean, they denied the water rune away from the Kunkka. He didn't have bottle yet, so it didn't matter as much.
Yeah, that's it. Like, cause Kunkka, he doesn't need it. like he can just like X back base and come back.
Yeah.
But he used very well the X to avoid the kill of Migi. Like he pulled Migi back so he didn't get killed on the level 4.
Still no first blood in this game. First 5 minutes without anybody being killed. Draken, he's finally getting some wave close to his tower. He is suffering in his lane as this Tiny. It goes down for 2 points in the toss, so not a single point in the tree grab. And he doesn't really have the mana to sustain this. Like we see, there's gonna be a toss, gets him under tower onto Now, but Now is just fine.
This might be the worst IO synergy lane that I've seen in my life.
That's same time up top, they find the kill there onto the Earth Spirit. Jamie Koff surviving on a sliver of HP, and the same for Tiburon. And Lewis still standing strong though, so that's 2 points in the Crypt Swarm. Jamie Koff will survive. Although Lewis, so he's might have bit up a little bit more than he can chew, but he still has the Spirit Siphon. He's fine. DP is such a good hero right now.
Yeah, it just feels bad that Gennett TP'd in without any regen for him. Like, there's one Mango, but that's not what you expect as a DP now. If had a salve, Luis could put so much pressure because he's very close to the level 6. On the other hand, Okay, the Ogre also TP's in with... Oh no, okay, has a salve.
Oh,
yeah,
but
okay.
salve is gonna be cancelled by the Earth Spirit. Nicely done there, thanks to the ward. They see exactly when the salve was running, and that now means Tiburon, he cannot approach the lane. He's just too low.
Unless Migi goes to the lane, because Migi has haste and lasso. So if they communicate well, he can get a kill on this DP and free up the lane for Tiburon.
Yeah, a kill on this DP would be very, very nice, as the siege creep is still alive. Tiburon dodges the roll. As now Jimmy Koff just looking to turn around onto Lewis, but Lewis is going to be fine. Meanwhile, bottom, they're gonna go onto Blake here. Blake does have a tether off cooldown, but no tether target to go to.
They tried to burst the Undying on the combo with the overcharge, and they couldn't. And then they couldn't do anything, because it's like a Tiny with no right-click potential, because it has no tree grab. Like, this lane makes zero sense the way it's being played. It really looks like something they're trying out just to enable the Batrider pick, and it's going so bad. Like Tiny has Soul Ring, and Ayo should be the one giving him mana, and like this Tiny, he might have like zero impact in the game. I know it's too early to say that he might like come back in the game, but it feels really bad to be him.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the toss combo here now onto Now, but he's just far too tanky, and they look to turn this around, looking for body blocks. Adomi can't get in front of him, but still the Jingo Master stacks are there, and now with that, it's gonna be no problem for him to get back on health. That's at the same time up top here. The rotation from Migi, it's gonna be there. Migi still getting solo. The Tidebringer hit is not going to be enough. Janek is gonna be stunned up as well, as Tao cannot find the Tidebringer onto the Batrider again, and Batrider is going to be safe. As at the same time, bottom, they will lose the Undying, and Blake is going to die though, as the stun was there from the Monkey King. Lots of action in both side lanes, as they realized it was 0-0 at 5 minutes. We cannot let that happen. And some kills. Oh, an Invis rune onto Tao here. Migi needs to be so careful. He is so low on HP, and he doesn't have lasso. Okay, he's gotta be out.
Yeah, having the rune really enabled Migi. He's gonna have a rebottle. Yes.
Oh no, very nice.
And he can go for a Tao. I don't think he can kill, but yeah. But so the rune made a lot of difference. He could get 2 kills top. Anyway, Lewis just got the tower with Exo. And bottom, they got a kill on Undying, but you know when you want to die as Undying, that you waste all your mana and you're just like, oh, I want to go back base and TP somewhere? That's how they killed him. And then one more kill for the monkey into the IO game. Like, tiny games just feel so weird.
And now a 2,000 net worth lead, 9 minutes into this game. Mostly just of good laning plays now. They're going to try to go onto the Ogre. The boat connects onto both of them with the silence there from Genek. But they don't have the damage to bring anybody down. Uh-oh, Tao might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. And with the IO sustain, he didn't get a single kill and he pays the price.
That was a huge overextend. Bottom. They're diving Drakel.
Draken gets a toss off, but it's not going to be enough. Yadomi, he is going to die though. As Miki just kicks up another kill. And as we mentioned, it's such a good Batrider game.
But again, a good trade for... Not a good trade because Kanka died first, but let's say this trade Tiny for Undying is definitely good for G Pride. Kanka, he just really overextended. Felt really weird, the play.
Yeah, you gotta respect, like, you see an Ogre mid, like, they're gonna be, like, there could be rotations anytime happening, and we saw that the cores were immediately ready to respond. It's now in the bottom lane. Tiberosen has arrived as the Gyrocopter. He's going for that 0 points in Rocket Barrage, only points in the Flag Cannon, and then, of course, the stats build. Just looking to farm up as much as possible and get as tanky as possible.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Rocket Barrage because you have the IO, so you have the Spell Amp. And you're against 2 melee cores, so they need to come nearby you to hit you. Also, the DP needs to be nearby for the Siphon, so... Yeah. And you have the farming speed with... Oh, they got the monkey.
They found the Monkey King here, they caught him, and now it's gonna be brought down as Draken. He now has nearly maxed out combo. I mean, oh, it's gonna be a rotation here from Lewis. Gets the 3-hero silence with the Exorcism and the Tombstone gonna be laying down Tiberosen. That's gonna be a relocate. Is it going to be in time? It gets him out. No! Blake, he couldn't get him out, and now he will die as well.
Mid lane, Tao, solo killed by the Batrider.
They get the bottom, because can they get the tower with this Exorcism is going to be the question.
They should. Oh no, the Exo is about to finish. And there's Bloodless on the tower. Main lane though, getting pressured. And they need to go back. Top rune again for Migi. Migi doing so much with that Batrider, but the thing is, like, Kanka just farms so much. So even though it has like 5Q participation, Kanka with 0-2-0 has more net worth.
Yeah, that's just the prowess of this Kanka. Like, you can always farm with the Tidebringer. It's just so easy to clear out these camps. You can stack for yourself with the Torrent, like even from very far away. Right now, it really feels like G Pride. They wanna keep on pushing the tempo here. Uh-oh, Draken. Okay, he backed off just in time. I think if he stayed there a little while longer, Genek together with Tao might have turned this around on him. But it's now, they are being seen under the ward here. So Dire is very much aware of what's going on here. As streamers, they're clearing out the triangle. And you mentioned you want to see the Radiant action happening, and you want to see them get an early erosion. So far, that has really not been able. They have not been able to do that. They're finally going to be able to take this bottom tier 1 tower, but that's not really an important tower.
They might need EXO level 2. So the 12 on DP, that would be very, very helpful. But game is fine for them. It's again mostly on support. Like, you shouldn't have Undying as the support with more farm in the map. It makes 0 sense when you see this. Undying, you're usually so poor because you're just dying lane, trying to create space for a hard carry, buying so much mangoes. And like, having arcane boots now and raindrops, he's so rich. And that has a lot to do with this tiny tree maxing magical damage.
Yeah. Now, top rune is going to be an illusion. And Migi this time not gonna get that one, unfortunately for him. At the same time, bottom Draken was able to take this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I guess they just gave up the tower. Like, you can just hold the 3 lanes for so long, and now Kunkka is gonna farm when the wave gets under the tower, so pretty expected. While top now, he's looking for a kill.
They're gonna go in. Oh no! The roll from Genex stunned the Monkey King! Oh, that's... Oh no! And Blake, he tips your spirit. He knows what happened there. Oh.
And they go immediately for the smoke.
They're going immediately for the smoke. Lewis, can he get away? There's going to be a Tumbler's Toy from the Bat Rider, and they find the stun. And Lewis, he is getting very low here. The lasso even going to be committed, but do they have the damage to bring down that Death Prophet? Death Prophet, she's so tanky. Can they finally bring her down? Lewis is going to go down. Relocate out from the IO, but Dire are still going to win this fight. Tiny, the Torrent is not going to be doing it much.
And it was the first BKB from Kunkka also, so it's really good for Dreamers. That's something I feel about South American teams. They don't know when to stop, when like to take a deep breath and like, okay, let's wait for everyone, then we fight. They just lost 2 heroes, and when you see DP getting picked off on the mid, like, just accept that DP is gonna die. You don't need like to die on more heroes, like to press your BKB, to press all your combo on Kunkka. Because now she's back, she has EXO, but Kunkka has no ultimate, he has no BKB, Undying no ultimate also.
It really feels like Dreamers, they are now very much controlling the map, and Tibu on that gyrocopter has the Aghanim Scepter finished. He is just looking to accelerate his farm more and more and more and more. There's going to be X mark in front. Okay. Just a warning.
Yeah, and as soon as Io gets the mechans, Battle Rider is gonna have the BKB, and then they are the ones that can do Roach, so feels like they definitely have the lead, but honestly, anything can happen on this game. Like, that's the definition of SA Division 2 Dota. Like, just being completely honest, I know it's a weird analysis, like anything can happen, anything can win. Because G-Pride, they had the advantage, and then they go for a Monkey King ultimate play where the Earth Spirit drop him out of the tree. So basically, like, they screwed up the play that they made. They got countered by themselves, so anything can happen.
Yeah, and that was like the Monkey King when he was still working on the Battle Fury. Like, he is not going for a fighting build. Like, he doesn't have Echo Saber or anything like that. Like, he had parts of his Battle Fury, just now finished the Battle Fury. So he wants to be farming. He doesn't want to be fighting right now.
Yeah, it was extremely greedy. And honestly, like, I mentioned about the hero that scales more.
In the mid lane, they might be looking to go onto Tibu. That's going to be the boat coming out, the kick onto the gyrocopter, but the save from the IO is going to be there. And now that's going to be the lasso onto the Death Prophet. Can they bring down Lewis? Lewis, he is so tanky. That's going to be the Wukong's command, but nobody caught except Tubu, who is being brought that back with the X marks the spot. As now Radiant, they're getting lower and lower, but they all are surviving. Death Prophet finally going to be brought down. Tao, you are too far forward, dear sir. The Admiral has mistaken which side he was on. And in the end, they get the gyrocopter kill, but they lose 2 cores for it, and they didn't even get the tower.
Yeah, very well played by Blake with a save, and again, it's a Battle for a Monkey King team fighting. It just looks weird. So I was gonna say that I believe the team that scales more usually wins. That's what we've been seeing on this SA Dota. So on that sense, could make some sense to go Battle for it, but I love that you go Maelstrom when you're against Gyro. Like, always that you are playing against Agility Core, you want to have the magical procs. because it's so hard to do damage through the armor of the hero. Like has 21 as of now, so it has a 56 physical resist. And you wanna have these magical procs, and you can farm really well as a Monkey King with Maelstrom, because you have the Primal Spring to clear waves. So I feel it's a bit greedy of a choice.
Yeah, and it's once again like G Pride. Like their heroes don't scale into the late game really, especially not against this Bat Rider, which pretty much like renders any BKB purchase at some point like useless, as they don't have any saves for it. As Migi, there's going to be the smoke, and he has that 9-second BKB. He's looking to kill somebody. Oh, Conker, Tao, you're gonna get lassoed. You're gonna be dragged back. Stay here, Tao. We want to kill you. The BKB now has worn out. Flame Break coming through. They're trying to heal him up, but Tao is still going to fall. The Wukong's command is going to achieve nothing. And they didn't even use BKB on the Bat Rider Dire. They're still ready to fight now. You can't be standing here. There's going to be the toss. They're going to find the stun onto the Monkey King. Monkey King is going to be bursted down. The heal not nearly enough. Lewis tries to fight you with the exorcism, but you don't have your Conker. They're just going to focus everybody. And now the DP is last. And the TP is going to fall as well. What? They don't respect Dreamers here.
Yeah. At first I was saying that they were making mistakes and letting like openings for the enemy team. Now I really think they are tilted because like when I say they take fights that they shouldn't take, this was the extreme case. Like Rakanka is dead.
Yeah.
Why as a Monkey King you'd use Wukong's command? Then your Monkey King is dead. Why, as a DP, you would open up Exorcism? Like, this... Sometimes you just overextend, sometimes you take bad team fights, and sometimes you make choices that... You're not even making choice, you're just like pressing buttons without thinking at all, and that's what it felt right now, so it really felt like they were tilted.
Yeah, it really feels like the mental set right now for G Pride. Like also potentially from that first game where they had a bad early game, but they brought it back. And then like they still lost that game though, and like it feels like that could still have an effect on what is going on right now here in this game where G Pride are now pretty far behind, I would say. Like this Bat Rider is still so strong. Like this Gyrocopter, he's 12,000 net worth. He's gonna have a Satanic soon. Wait, okay, no, it's not finished. It's a TP. He doesn't have it finished yet.
Yeah, and they have no burst potential. Like they have the long team fight, but you don't really want to play the long team fight against Io, against Bat Rider. You're gonna get like out healed and kited by the Bat Rider. So it really feels like next row should go to the hand of Dreamers unless G Pride is able to pull something very unexpected. I don't know if they manage a bad pick off and go straight Roche. They must do something like this.
And we'll see. Like it's certainly like it is only a 5,000 net worth lead at 20 minutes, which is not the biggest of leads. But it really feels like what do you do now as G Pride and how do you set up that fight? They really need that BKB on the Monkey King, but even with BKB, what damage is he really dealing? And he's going to be forced out of his triangle as Miki and Jimmy Cobb are coming in. And they're just gonna go straight on to now. There's gonna be the Avalanche. Meanwhile, in the backline, they're coming in with the relocate, looking to burst down the IO. Blake is going to die, but you will lose your Monkey King for it. They take down the Tombstone. They're taking down Lewis. Although Miki, getting a little bit low here, is gonna be brought down by Lewis, as Lewis is still alive on this Death Prophet. The Spirit Siphon is doing so much. This Death Prophet is stuck on the cliff. But that also means that heroes can't hit her as well, and she will clean this fight up.
Okay. Anything can happen. A Cliff Death Prophet like just won the team fight. Like, look at how much damage she did. Like 6k damage, 7k damage. And suddenly they're back. Like, really weird execution from Dreamers. They Like Batrider, he was saving his lasso and his BKB on the kill on Monkey King because he thought he was already dead, and that made the team fight take so long from their side. And yeah, after Io died, Gyro should play a bit more safe. I guess he didn't have his Satanic by the team fight. It was
No,
on the
he did.
cooler.
It was on the courier. It
Yeah,
was. It feels like a little bit of a weird engagement. Like I feel like that was more of an overextension here from Dreamers of like, oh, they see the Monkey King, let's kill him before he gets his BKB off, or before he gets his BKB. But then like that's where like just everything fell a little bit apart there with the DP on the cliff, with the Exorcism running, with Spirit Siphon, and that's where we see this hero being so strong, first picked. Like she's so tanky.
Yeah, there's DD bottom. Oh, Mickey, what? Okay.
He wants to hit hard.
You have like a Gyro farming so close to you. I thought he was just gonna drop the bottle, and so they want to go for a play where Io and Gyro relocate to it. I don't know if that's
no. Gonna get the jump away. Silence onto the Batrider. That's going to be the Wukong's command going to be used now. Gonna be lassoed up out of his Wukong's command. And his BKB is running low. That's going to be the relocate coming in from the gyrocopter. And that's just going to finishing off now here. Now with the flame break, they get that kill. As now Janek going to be brought down. Lewis is going to use the exorcism after having already lost 2 heroes here. But they're still going to find some kills onto the Batrider. And this Death Prophet is doing so much work. Janek bought back here, looking to kill a few more heroes. They find Chimikov. And that's going to be all of the rest that they're gonna get.
Yeah, since they went with the reload, Io wasn't there for the entire duration, but at least that made them to kite the Exo. And now that the Exo is over, they have a free Roche. They should be able to take this Roche.
And it's also like we really see right now for G Pride, it is all on the DP. Like it's just all on this Exorcism plus Spirit Siphon.
Yeah. Roche
Now, this taking quite a long time. Gyrocopter still, of course, has Satanic. That's going to be the roll in. They connect onto the Gyro, but Blake on the other side is waiting. They're looking to go burst down Lewis. That's going to be the Spirit Vessel, but he has a Dispel. Looking to fight back now, but the fear from the Death Prophet, the Shard, doing so much work. They're trying to heal up Tiberosen. The stun connects onto both here. Tiberosen, he's going to be slowly but surely be brought down. The Avalanche hitting onto 5. Gyrocopter finally going to be brought down, but Radiant, they're so low. Jimmy Koff looking to finish off the Earth Spirit as now Mickey runs in here, finds the Undying, finds the Death Prophet, finds Tau even as with the BKB running. Triple kill for the Ogre out of all heroes. And now Dreamers, they're finally going to be able to take the Roche.
Yeah, and Drakel, he must buy a shard. Even he's a position 3, I get he wants like to get in and out of the team fight, stunning heroes. The hero's shard is just too broken. Like you must have the shard. You're playing with Io, so when your Gyro's dead, he could definitely be connected to you. It could have been way faster Roche if it had the 3 all the time. And this low Roche kind of opened up the possibility of G Pride to take the team fight, but with the Batrider back, just so much damage from Migi and not enough control to kill him.
Yeah. And we kind of saw like the damage issues coming there for Radiant. Like there were 5 heroes on top of this Gyrocopter for so long. For so long.
And on the long team fight, they're just gonna lose. Like they have the DP for the long team fight, it's great. But if they manage to kite a little bit of her Exo, that's it. That's what Dreamers need.
Also, can we talk about that DP shard? That shard is so good.
Yeah.
Like it got buffed from 5 second consecutively down to 3 seconds, and it's so good now against these carries that just want to stand their ground and fight, because you're suddenly just going to be feared, and then there's another Spirit Siphon on you, and you're feared again. It really makes it hard as a carry to play.
Yeah, especially if he doesn't have BKB, which is the case.
Yeah.
And he's going for IF Scotty, so he won't have BKB for a long time. And you really rely on your Satanic to heal, so if you manage to time correctly, that he doesn't get to hit with a Satanic. Of course, not something that you can really time, but if you burst him fast enough to force it, DP.
Oh, they're gonna go here for the relocate. Lewis this time doesn't get any Spirit Siphons off, and he will die very quickly if that is the case.
Yeah, let's say luckily for G-Pride, Bat is the one that has the Aegis. So it's not like it's gonna be a Bat Rider hitting your barracks and you can't initiate him, because it's definitely everything on the gyro.
It is still, though, these buildings are falling very, very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, with the gyro. But then the gyro is kind of afraid to go high ground, as we've seen now. Because you have the Earth Spirit with a good kick. You could just, like, get gyro to your tier 4 and change how the game's going.
Absolutely. As now... Ooh, no. Okay. Just walking past, just waving away at the gyrocopter and the IO. Rockin'. He's looking for his own BKB. What does Monkey King have? Monkey King is looking for the Skadi. Once again, what's the itemization here as this Monkey King? I feel like it's really hard because, like, you kind of need damage, but you also, like, you're just being bursted down.
I feel like Skadi is good because you get some stats, you reduce the regen of a lineup that relies a lot on regen. You're against Gyro, it's a ranged hero, so if you get close to him and are able to hit him with the Skadi procs, you're gonna remove a lot of his attack speed and move speed.
So we have another DD here in the top lane, sorry.
The thing is a very late Skadi, right? Because he's not farming well enough, like Gyro is 5k ahead, he's gonna have a DD. Bottle it, guys.
They're impatient. Oh, they found no. With even with the BKB, yeah, you not belong to this world.
Okay, they don't need to bottle it. Monkey King's dead. They have the catapult wave, which I mentioned in the first game is the best opportunity to do siege damage.
The glyph coming out here, counter glyph from Dreamers, and yeah, with the DD, with the Tiny. He has Echo Saber and Chrysalis, and looking to take out this Tombstone. And it really, like, now this is going to be at least one set of... It might even just be two if Monkey King is still dead for another 30 seconds. There's now a Skadi finished on the gyro.
Yeah, the thing is they have a tier 1 tower still on the top lane, otherwise they could, like, just go for everything, because...
Even so quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they cannot take the team fight even on their own base, G-Pride. And it's super great if they force... They could even force tier 4s without... like, with taking care with the kick from Earth Spirit. Because if you force DP to use Exo inside her base, it's such a huge win. Because they can only fight with Exo, and if you lock her in the base with Exo, it's such a good play.
Now, you're gonna see the 5-man smoke here from G-Pride. Looking for... Not again. You hate to see it. The 5-man smoke, it wasn't spotted by a ward, so it wasn't as bad there. But it just... It feels really bad.
But soon, like... You see the creeps getting on their base, so you are 100% sure they're smoke. Okay, they even hit the cool here, because, like, they need to go back. The tier 4s, they're gonna start getting damaged.
Yeah, it's very obvious that there is some sort of play happening. Migi, they're gonna find the D ward. They're still not defending their base. Migi finds the lasso here onto the spirit, but with the X marks the spot, keeps Migi back. As now Louis gonna go in with the BKB and Exorcism. They're trying to kite this away, and this is a very good fight now for the Dire, looking to re-engage. And with that Skadi now, Louis no way to fight. They're gonna completely ignore this Wukong's command. Actually, Tiber Rosen, he's just walking through that Wukong's command. and doesn't really care about anything. He has the Titanic, fights back in the Wukong's command, and that's 5 heroes dead. The disconnect from the DP and GGs have been called as Dreamers. They take the series 2-0. Pretty much an upset here, as you mentioned.
Completely unexpected, I would say. Dreamers, the team that comes from the open qualifiers, from the second slot from the open qualifiers actually. They've beaten Omega and now convincingly beaten G Pride, which was one of the favorites in the second division. I would say very well played by them, but still, like, you see a lot of mistakes on both sides. Both teams still have a lot to improve. But like, they draft really well, in my opinion. That's like the point that I want to draw attention to. Like, that bet, I was really thinking about it here, like, it's a free bet game. But it's not that, it can be that easy to see, to be honest, because it's, if you have a bet player, he's just gonna shout at you like, give me bet. But to make such a lane change, like having Drakel on the Tiny, a hero he doesn't play, they changed the entire play style with that. And they were able to execute really, really well. So yeah, very well played from Dreamers. Congrats to them on that win, which means a lot for them.
Yeah.
Especially when you beat G Pride, which is a team that was expected to be fighting for the top spots in the league. It means like they are a contender to go to Division 1, definitely, when they show this type of play.
Yeah, when they show this type of play, it looks really good. G Pride really not able to master too much of defense there in this second game. In the first game, they looked a lot better. Like, they just looked a lot cleaner, looked on the same page. And in the second game, it really felt like I feel like it's very often like after in a series, like, you win or you lose the first game and you got a reset. And I feel like that reset really hasn't really been happening there. And with that, Dreamers take the series 2-0. Yeah, very well played by them. Congratulations. Astini, thank you so much for casting with me. It was a pleasure. This is going to be it for today for South American Dota. Any parting words here?
Oh, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be by your side. Thanks everyone that was in the chat with us. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. And see you guys next Monday, I believe.
Absolutely. See you guys next time. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Keep enjoying the dots and goodbye.